everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I have another minimalism video for you today. I'm going to be sharing with you the 10 things that I stopped buying a couple years ago when I really started getting into like the whole minimalism lifestyle or minimalist lifestyle. I found that once I had kids, because I'm a mom of 3 if you don't know, I found that once I had kids I just didn't have time for all these little things that I used to care about, and that's kind of what kickstarted me into like living a minimalist and simple lifestyle. So I'm gonna just run through the list and kind of explain why I like don't buy these things anymore. The first one is clothes, especially expensive clothes. So when I was, a teenager or in university, I thought I had to have, brand name clothes. I would buy like those Puma running shoes, which are like way overpriced, or any clothes with brand names on them, and I would want to make sure that the brand name was on it because, people will know, oh, that's from this company or whatever. And I spent so much money and wasted so much money on these clothes. And now that I am older, I literally went through my closet and got rid of all those things that I spent so much money on, because I was like, I don't need to wear these. I don't need people to, I don't need brand names on my clothes. I don't need people to see me wear these. And also my style has changed. So I went and did like a whole purge in my closet several times, and now I just stopped buying clothes. I used to just go to the store with Patrick or with my friends because I was bored, and I would just go shop, and if I saw something I thought I liked, I would just grab it. Wasted so much money, spent so much money, and I was lucky if I even wore those clothes once. Some clothes I bought and didn't even wear once. I tried it on the store, I liked it, and then just never had, a chance to wear it. And it's such a shame and it's such a waste of money. So I donated all my clothes, and now I have a very small wardrobe. I have a few pieces, but they're ones that I really love and ones that can work with everything, and they're ones that I'm happy to wear over and over again. And another thing too is I used to not want to wear the same clothes more than like 1 or 2 times, or I didn't want people to see me in the same clothes more than once or twice. So I thought I had to have like a huge wardrobe, but now I'm like, I don't care if you see me in the same clothes. If I find a pair of jeans that are like amazing, comfortable, fit me, I will wear them every single day, and I don't care who sees. So I have like a jacket, a couple sweaters, a few tops, and a few bottoms, and I just mix and match. And I have not went out and just bought clothes in so long. I might go out and just buy a sweater or a little, another pair of pants or a pair of leggings if mine just get worn out or old, or if they don't fit anymore. But I don't just go out and shop anymore like I used to. I don't waste money on clothes, and I just think it's really unnecessary. And I'm just looking at my phone because my list is on there, so that's why I keep looking down. But the next thing is big phone plans. There was a period of time where in my life, especially university, where I went and had 10 different phone plans, and they were all big. I was spending like $80 a month on these phone plans because I had unlimited data and picture messaging and texting and unlimited calling and all of the stuff that I didn't need. Wasted so much money. Sometimes my phone bill would be so much because I would have a data plan and I would go over that I'd be spending $200-300 a month on just a cell phone. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done. And my dad always used to tell me, especially when I was in high school, university, he was saying like, get a really cheap, simple phone plan. It's all you need. You don't need to have internet and all this stuff on your phone. And he was always about saving money. And I was like, no, I need to have my data. If I am, on the bus, I need to have that internet at all times. And like, it's just like a mentality thing. But now for the past 2.5, almost 3 years, I have a $25 phone plan. I don't have data, so people try to send me pictures and stuff, and I can't receive them because it's an old school plan. I literally can just text. I have like 200 minutes of calling, international, which is nice, but and just unlimited texting. Like, it's a simple basic plan, $25 a month. I could opt out at any time. It's awesome. So now I have saved so much money because, like I said, I used to be with Rogers, and I didn't like the company, but I used to be with Rogers, and I would go over like $300 sometimes in 1 month, and that's a ton of money. Like, I was like, forget it, this is not worth it. I don't need to have internet, because now that I don't have internet on my phone, I can't go over. The only time I have internet is if I have Wi-Fi. But there's Wi-Fi everywhere, so why do you need to spend money on data? Like, the only time you'll really use it is like if you're in the car or somewhere, but most places have Wi-Fi now, so I just find that like a $25 phone plan works great. Anyways, I've been rambling on enough about phones. The next thing is decorations or knickknacks. I still love shopping for little random like vases or just like little decoration pieces, because I love interior design and I love making the home nice, cozy, pretty. I love like shopping for throw pillows. But the difference between me now and that and back in the day was I would just go into the store, and because when I didn't have kids, I had money, right? Like I just had money to spend. I didn't have a mortgage, I didn't have kids, I didn't have all this stuff. So I would have this money and I would go into like HomeSense or Marshalls, and they'd have the prettiest stuff, and I would just buy random things, a random like I blew my money on candles and like things like that, and blankets and just like things that I don't need but I thought looked pretty. And now this is what I do. Like when I go shopping, I do buy decoration pieces and I like having these little things, but I buy it once in a blue moon now. And it's just like if I really need to switch something up, or if something broke and I want to replace it, but I keep it simple. And now what I think of is my whole like mindset changed. When I go out and shop and I see these things are like 15 bucks, 20 bucks, you know, for a vase or like a random, I don't even know what, candles, or like a glass mirror you could put on your coffee table, like things like that. I think about, can I take this with me when I die? And the answer is no. And I know that sounds like, you know, kind of like harsh, but honestly, like I just am at this point in my life where I'm like, I can spend this money on these random things, but if I die tomorrow, they're not going to affect my life. I can't take it with me. It's just clutter. So I rather spend my money on, if I'm gonna spend the money, which I try to just save it now, but if I'm gonna spend the money, I'd rather go spend it on a good quality meal with a friend. Go out for lunch, you get to enjoy good food and you get to have good conversation. Or I'd rather spend it on like giving the money to somebody, to my church, or, you know, give the money to somebody who needs it. Maybe I have a sibling who might need the money, or a friend. So there's just other things that I'd rather spend my money on than, you know, a random decoration piece. The biggest problem I had was at Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday, and at Christmas I would go buy a bajillion like ribbons and wreaths and like little, you know, silver mousse and like these things I could just stick on the fireplace, just like random stuff. And it got to the point where our attic or our closet was like full of Christmas stuff, and Patrick was like, there's a lot of stuff in here we don't use, like let's just stop buying stuff, let's start donating. So that's what I did. I donated a lot of Christmas stuff, and now I just have a few little things that are my absolute favorite that I bring out at Christmas, and that's it. And Christmas is such a short little time of the year. You don't need to go crazy and have all this stuff. So every year we might, you know, add some extra Christmas lights or something if ours die, or a couple or new ornaments for the tree, but I do not go buy all this crazy stuff and ribbons and wreaths anymore, because they're expensive, they add up, and then they sit in your attic in a box until the next Christmas, so you don't even get to see them. So those are something that I really cut back on a lot. The next thing is jewelry. I used to go and buy like go to like Le Chateau or something and buy those like $25 super pretty necklaces and bracelets, but they're fake. So my problem is that I'm actually allergic to fake jewelry. Only jewelry I can wear is like gold, silver, you know, like real jewelry. And the reason is because there's chemicals in the fake jewelry, and whenever I wear it, I get a bad rash on the spot where I wore the fake jewelry. So if I have a ring, I'll get a rash around my finger or my wrist, etc. I can't even wear fake watches. But back in the day, I didn't really care, and I would go and spend like tons of money on like fake earrings, fake necklaces and rings and whatever, because they were cute. They would sit in my jewelry box forever and like discolor because they're not real, so they would turn like green in those weird colors, so I would throw them out. Or I would wear them once or twice and then they turn green and then I'd throw them out. And I just had so much clutter and useless stuff, so I got rid of all of that. And now I have like 3 pieces that are real. I have like obviously my wedding rings, but then aside from that I have a couple of earrings and one bracelet and a couple of rings that are actually real gold or silver, and they're beautiful, and I'll just wear those, and they work with all of my pieces, all of my outfits. I can just, you know, mix and match. It's simple, it's minimal, they're good quality. And if I happen to die one day and my kids are like, well, we gotta do something with this stuff, you can sell it and get some money for it. It's not like they're just gonna be like, oh, all this fake jewelry, let's just throw it out. It's something real, you know what I mean? So that has been huge for me. Just stop buying useless like jewelry, because I really liked that look of like wearing a lot of the rings. I would always have like lots of rings on my fingers, and then I was like, especially like the knuckle rings and stuff, but then they discolor after like 1 or 2 wears, so it was so useless. So I just stopped buying that stuff, and I just saved a lot of money, a lot of space. The next thing is shoes. So if you guys know me at all, which you might not know this about me, but out of everything in the world that I could possibly shop for, my favorite is shoes. I love shoes. And there was a point in my life where I probably had 60 or 70 pairs of shoes, between flip-flops, flats, running shoes, boots, heels, sandals, whatever. I had about 60 or 70 pairs of shoes. that was very excessive. It was a time in my life where I had very low self-esteem. I was really depressed. I just thought that like shopping was my therapy, and shoes specifically, they made me feel better for some reason. I love shoes and I still do, but the difference was back then I just would spend so much money on shoes. I would wear them once or twice. They would only work with like one outfit because they'd be like, you know, blue stilettos or something. Like you can't really mix those with many things. So I stopped buying shoes. I donated most of my old ones. Now I have about 10 pairs that are like my favorite, and they mix and match with everything. I have like a pair of high boots, I have a pair of Uggs, then I have like a pair of flip-flops, which I usually replace every year. Flip-flops are like cheap from Walmart, so those don't really count. I have a few pairs of heels, some flats and sandals, that's it, and they work with everything. They're like lifetime shoes. I take really good care of my shoes, so I don't really need to replace them often, especially heels. So yeah, I just saved so much money. I saved so much time. I saved so much space. Like our closet used to be all my shoes, and our clothes had to be somewhere else because it was full of shoes. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, like how much money I wasted and space and time shopping. The next thing is makeup. So I used to go to MAC or Sephora and just like go crazy on makeup because I loved it, but I didn't wear it. Like I never wear makeup during the week. I wear makeup a little bit on the weekend, and it literally is like a little bit of mascara, and I do my eyebrows. That's pretty much it. Maybe a little bit of lipstick. I don't actually wear makeup unless I'm at like a wedding. I used to go out to like a club or bar and I would wear makeup, but I don't do that anymore. So I literally wear a full face of makeup if I'm at a wedding. So for me to constantly be buying makeup was such a waste. Yes, makeup lasts a while, but it also expires at some point. So I was just throwing out $50, you know, mascaras and all these like crazy things. So I went and got rid of it all, and now I just have like one palette that has my favorite like neutral tones in it. I like the Naked 2 palette. That's what I use almost every day. And then I have one mascara, I have a couple makeup brushes, I have one eyeliner, which I'll just replace when I run out. I have like one blush that I like, one bronzer, and then that's pretty much it. Like I just got rid of everything. There's no reason why I need so many different palettes and stuff. I used to wear like actual color on my eyes, and now I just find that I really like the neutral and more like naked tones. So more of like the browns and like the light peaches and things like that. So I don't need to have all these like palettes and stuff that just are full of greens, blues, pinks, oranges that I'm never gonna wear. So yeah, I got rid of all my makeup. I just don't buy makeup anymore. I literally never go to the makeup store unless my mascara runs out or my eyeliner runs out, and I don't even really wear eyeliner anymore. So it's really just for the mascara, and it is a huge relief. It just feels so good to not feel like, I don't know, like I'm just hoarding all of this stuff. The next thing is apps. I used to spend a ton of money on apps, random apps that people were telling me were fun, game apps, just anything I would spend. Even if it's just $1.99, I would just download like everything onto my phone. And I just stopped. I don't have time anymore because I have kids, I'm in school, I have, you know, a business, I have a whole bunch of things. So I don't have time anymore, but I just stopped buying apps about 3-4 years ago, and it just saved money. It saved space on my phone. It saved my time because I would kill a lot of time on these apps playing games or doing whatever. It was just a big waste overall for like all my resources. So stopped buying apps, and I don't anymore. I don't download apps. I don't have apps on my phone, and it's amazing. The next thing was where am I? Craft supplies. I went to Michael's, and I'm addicted to doing crafts. But now I don't have time. I just don't have time. Like crafts used to be a big hobby of mine, but I don't have time anymore because kids and life. So I would still go to Winners, Marshalls, Michael's, buy a bunch of crafts, but then they would just sit in my drawer, all these really cute like stickers and tabs and pens and just all sorts of craft supplies. They would sit in my drawer. I would never touch it. So I stopped buying. Now, if I have time to do a project, I think ahead of time, what is this project going to be? And it usually is something that I can end up using. And then I will go buy those specific supplies for it, exactly what I need. And then that way, when I finish the project, I don't have anything else that's sitting in my closets. I don't have extra paint or extra supplies. It's all used up. But I don't even have time to do crafts anymore, so I don't really do it. But yeah, I used to just hoard craft supplies because I liked it, and I just stopped buying it. The next thing is baby stuff. When I'm still in the baby phase, like even though my youngest is now 1, I'm still in the baby phase. But when I had my first and even my second, I would go into the baby aisles at Winners, at Babies R Us, at Sears or the Bay, wherever, and I would literally just go and buy pacifiers or like little baby like noisy toys just because I thought they were cute, or I was just like, I just want that. Like I would just buy everything in the baby aisle, and my kids don't touch it. Like they're like, they don't care, they're not interested. But I just had all these baby things, and we have so much baby stuff now that I ended up donating. My kids never used them. I bought so many little stuffed animals and rabbits and teddy bears, and like kids don't use that kind of stuff. So I stopped buying baby stuff with my third, with Lily. She had like nothing in terms of like useless stuff that I bought. She had everything she needed, but I didn't buy her all these teddy bears and like useless pacifiers and things because she just doesn't use it. And it was such a relief and a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. I had more money, but I also had less things to clean up. So it was really nice and more space in my closets. And then the last thing was music. I used to, because I am obsessed with music, I listen to music all day, every day. I love singing. So I used to buy songs like at least 10 a day, you know, because I like country music. I like also like rock music. So I have all these genres of music, and I would go buy a bunch of songs, and every time a new one came out, I'd buy it. My problem was that I had all this music on my iPod. Yes, iPod. I know no one uses those anymore, neither do I. But at that time, I had an iPod, and I had all this music on there. And at one point, I just didn't have time to listen to it anymore because I just didn't have time to pull out an iPod and plug it in. Like when I was in school, I used it a lot. But then I got married, I had kids, I just didn't have time. And the only type of music I ended up listening to was the radio because I just didn't have time. Or I'd go on YouTube and listen to the playlists. But I was still buying the music. Even though I never used my iPod, I was buying the music. And I had this thought in my head that I don't want to miss out one day. I don't want to forget the song. Like I love the song so much that when the song stops playing on the radio, I don't want to forget it. I want to have it on my iPod so I can come back to it. So I would download these songs, and they're like 99 cents or whatever they are now. I haven't bought a song in a while, maybe $2 now. But I was spending a lot of money on music, and now I have the iPod that actually crashed on me, and I didn't back it up to anything, so I lost all the songs anyways. But whatever. I just stopped buying music, and I saved a lot of money. Now if I listen to music, I go on YouTube, and like if you want country music, you can listen to the country music playlist or whatever. So I do that, or I just listen to the radio, and that's it. And it just feels nice to just like not be so absorbed with music, like in terms of like trying to download and buy it. Because I'd be on the radio, and if I hear a song that I love, I'd Shazam it or whatever it's called, and then go buy that song right away. And I was just always like, could never just sit down and enjoy the song and listen to it. I was always like, oh, I need this song, I need this song, I need this song. It was crazy. Anyways, blew a lot of money. I don't buy music anymore. So those are my top 10 things. What are your top 10 things that you don't buy anymore? Leave them in the comments below. Let me know. I am interested to see or hear. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you like minimalism videos like this, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you're new to my channel. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye.